Hello and welcome to the United Forum. This is your latest Manchester United news, transfer news updates, and your opportunity to voice your opinion after the very first time in Sri Lanka. We are live tonight at 10 p.m. once again. Excuse me, for the match reaction and player ratings. And before I do start with the match reaction and player ratings, breaking news. Good news for us Manchester United fans out there, and that is that Ralph Ragnick or Ralph Rangnick, how you wish to pronounce it though. I'll just take the Rangnick right now because that is quite easy as well. Well, the good news is that Ralph Ragnick has been officially announced, in fact, as the interim manager by Manchester United this evening at 5 p.m. Sri Lankan time. We did know that there was an agreement in principle a few days back, and today at 5 p.m. Manchester United did officially announce that he will be the interim manager for Manchester United for 6 months, and there onwards he will play a role of, a role of a consultant. For 2 years somewhat. That is what the role he will be playing for those 2 years as well. And yes, he will have a major say on Manchester United's next permanent manager. Yes, plenty of questions if he would be there on the touchline for the Arsenal game. And as things stand now, it seems very unlikely that Ralph Rangnick will be available for the Arsenal game as Manchester United manager due to a few issues with the visa, something like what happened with Rafael Varane as well. And as this visa is keeping the process holding, it's a huge doubt that Ralph Rangnick will be available for that Arsenal game, and it seems to be that Michael Carrick will be the one taking charge of Manchester United one last time for that Arsenal game, and there onwards on the weekend, Ralph Rangnick will be the manager for Manchester United against Crystal Palace in Old Trafford. A few other questions that have been asked as well is that if Ralph Rangnick will be bringing a coaching staff along with him. Yes, he has been allowed to bring a few individuals along with him as well as his coaching staff. Along with that, Mike Phelan, Michael Carrick, Kieran McKenna, and Darren Fletcher seem to be very likely to remain in that coaching staff as well. And Manchester United do want to learn on this job, do want Michael Carrick, Kieran McKenna, Mike Phelan, and Darren Fletcher to learn things around as well, along with Ralph Rangnick and his coaching staff. If you do ask who Ralph Rangnick is, I suppose I really don't have to have a say on this as well, because I did give you a brief description and a brief introduction of on Ralph himself a few shows back as well. I'll stick Ralph, that sounds much more easier at the moment. But if you were not present for that show, Ralph Rangnick, the full name, is also known as the German godfather of German football. He is also known as the teacher and a person and an individual who did play a major role in what can I say? In creating, you could say, in creating Jurgen Klopp and Thomas Tuchel, or in bringing Thomas Tuchel and Jurgen Klopp to the place they are as managers. He is known as one of the best director of football as well in Germany, known as the godfather of football in Germany, known especially highly recognized as the man who did bring Red Bull Leipzig to the place they are today, from the championship to Bundesliga within a span of 4 to 6 years, if I am not wrong, and also securing them a Champions League place at the end of their first season in Bundesliga. He was also in charge of teams like Red Bull Salzburg as well, basically the Red Bull movement. And just before he did join Manchester United, he was part of Lokomotiv Moscow, if I'm not wrong. Was it Lokomotiv Moscow or was it Spartak? I'm not quite sure. But what Fabrizio Romano did tweet out is that this was the official statement from Fabrizio Romano. Manchester official Ralph Ragnick has been appointed as new Manchester United manager. Following this period, Ralph and the club have agreed that he will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Club statement confirms. He further goes on to say Manchester United are not going to pay any compensation to Lokomotiv Moscow. There is confirmation for you. For Ralph Ragnick, the club wishes to place on record its thanks to Lokomotiv Moscow for their cooperation in the process of bringing Ralph to Manchester United. He further went on to tweet a few hours later as well that Manchester United current coaching staff expected to be confirmed also under Ralph Ragnick, including Michael Carrick and Mike Phelan. He further did go on to say that Ragnick will be allowed to bring into the club some members of his staff to have an impact and help his work. He also quotes what Ralph Ragnick did say. What Ralph Ragnick did say is, "I'm excited. The squad is full of talent and has a great balance of youth and experience. All my efforts will be on helping these players fulfill their potential. Then I look forward to supporting the club's longer term goals on a consultancy basis," is what Ralph himself, the gaffer, has to say. He further once again retweets that as well. And the latest statement from a few sources is that on Ralph is that it seems unlikely. This is from Patrick Berger. What he does say is that it seems unlikely that Ralph Ragnick will be in charge versus Arsenal as work visa. I repeat, as work visa needs to be finalized. Michael Carrick could sit on the Manchester United bench again on Thursday against Arsenal. He also says, by the way, Manchester United have agreed Ragnick to bring a small number of his own staff, but Carrick will stay on. And this is from the United District saying it's official that Michael Carrick will remain in charge of Manchester United Football Club first team until Ralph Ragnick's work visa is finalized. There you go. That is confirmation for you. Ralph Ragnick is officially the Manchester United interim manager. Yes, he will not be managing the team for the Arsenal game due to work visa problems at the moment, something which is similar with what did happen to Rafael Varane. And until Ralph himself takes over the squad, it will be Michael Carrick who will be in charge for that Arsenal game, and hopefully Ragnick does take the squad from the Crystal Palace game onwards as well. Apart from that, the match reaction last night's match did end up all square. Final score full time, by the full time, the final score going 1-each to Manchester United and Chelsea. And as a Manchester United fan, giving you my honest opinion, as soon as I saw that lineup, I saw three defensive midfielders: Nemanja Matic, Scott McTominay, and Fred Rodriguez, and I knew it was going to be a negative game. We will be approaching that game negatively, and it is going to be a defensive game. And what did surprise me is Ronaldo on the bench. Was it Michael Carrick showing a bit of guts, showing that he is ruthless? I'm not quite sure what he did try to do there as well. It was more of an, what could I say? What could you say, a presentation to Ragnick himself, showing that an audition, yeah, in other words, to put it in better terms, an audition for Ragnick to show that he is suitable for his coaching staff. You could say that last night's game and last night's lineup. And to be honest, with all honesty, as soon as I saw that lineup, the first thing that came up to my mind was, we're done. We're going to lose this game 3-0 to Chelsea. And for our luck, Chelsea did not turn up to be the usual Chelsea last night. I thought we were quite good at the back as well. A special mention to Victor Lindelof and Eric Bale. I thought they were sublime. They were superb yesterday. Yes, a few mistakes. They still have room for improvement. But for them to keep coming out of the bench like that and to be putting up performances like that, they really deserve the credit. I thought Aaron Van Bissaka too was okay last night. Apart from that soft penalty that was given, you really can't blame Aaron Van Bissaka last night for the penalty that was conceded. It was a very soft penalty. The game has become very soft now. And listen, if it was Sergio Ramos, Marquinhos, Rafael Varane, Van Dijk, any of the defenders out there, if they were there, the natural instinct for a defender would be to clear the ball. And I think that is the same thing that Aaron Van Bissaka did too as well. And it was really unfortunate for him to make contact with Thiago Silva. And I'm sure that Thiago Silva too was looking for a penalty out there. So it was really unfortunate. The penalty we did consider, I thought we deserved to win the game until Fred did think that he was Lionel Messi and tried to chip it over Eduard Mendy, which was a stupendous decision, you could say, made by Fred Rodriguez. Still does not have the Brazilian passport. Let's move on to the match reaction. Let's move. In fact, we are in the match reaction at the moment. Let's move on to the player ratings. To start off with last night's lineup. At the goal, as usual, David De Gea. And at our defense, we did have Aaron Van Bissaka, Eric Bailey, Victor Lindelof, and Alex Telles, since Luke Shaw is still suffering from that concussion. In midfield, we did have Nemanja Matic, Scott McTominay, and Fred, three defensive midfielders. And last night's attacking lineup going with Sancho, Bruno Fernandez, and Marcus Rashford. Sancho being the standout for me last night, and the substitutes being Cristiano Ronaldo, Jaden Lingard, and Donny van de Beek. Just before I do move on to the player ratings, Abdul Khalik says, Ballon d'Or Gala ongoing thoughts. It's more of a Ballon fraud award going on right now. A lot of politics being involved. A lot of shouts saying that Messi is the winner of this award as well. Listen, Messi, if one thing I've got to say is that if Messi deserves the Ballon d'Or, I think Cristiano Ronaldo deserves it as well, because since the time he came to Manchester United, he has been breaking records. Even for Portugal, he has been breaking records. The most number of goals scored for Portugal as well. The Champions League records. The Manchester United records he has been breaking, being the top scorer for Juventus. I think his work his work rate has been going under the radar, and it's Lionel Messi. To be honest, Lionel Messi is getting that award just because his name is Lionel Messi. How long did he take to get his first league goal? What has he really done in the Champions League? Has he really made an impact in that Champions League for PSG? And has he really made an impact for PSG as a whole, if you would see? And just winning a Copa America, is that really something worth winning a Ballon d'Or? I think if you look for a worthy winner, I think it would be Lewandowski from Bayern Munich, because what I've got to say is, if Messi deserves the Ballon d'Or, I think Cristiano Ronaldo should get a shout as well. But for me, the deserving winner definitely, I think, is Lewandowski. Beauty of Canada says, keep going, bro. You are Rihanna's son, 100%. I remember. Yes, I am. And thanks for that wish as well. Do keep tuning on to our channel as well. Do keep supporting us. If you are new here, do give us a subscribe, give this video a like, and share it around as well. Abdul Khalik further says, bro, you are literally the only person who's rooting for CR7. I'm not rooting for CR7, bruv. What I'm saying is, if Messi deserves the Ballon d'Or, I think Cristiano Ronaldo should have a fair shout as well, because he has been doing, to be honest, with all honesty, Cristiano Ronaldo has been doing way more than Lionel Messi this season. And the impact Cristiano Ronaldo has made is far more than Lionel Messi as well. Messi just won a Copa America, whereas Cristiano Ronaldo has been breaking record after record after record. And there's Lewandowski, who deserves it way more than these two candidates, you could say. And that is why I'm rooting. I'm not actually rooting. That is why I'm saying that Cristiano Ronaldo deserves a shout if Messi is to win that Ballon d'Or, because I totally don't agree with Messi winning that Ballon d'Or, to be honest. And I'm not rooting for Cristiano Ronaldo, but I'm just saying that he deserves a shout way more than Messi if Messi is to win that award. Let's move on to the player ratings. To start off with David De Gea. Let me get him on screen as well. And just before I get him onto screen, let me take this off. And there we go. David De Gea, I thought he was outstanding last night once again. Unfortunate to concede that penalty. Jorginho once again, one of the best penalty takers you could have. So you really can't have a shout on that. Barely did any mistake. Saved a few crucial shots as well. He did have a decent game. He did have a good game last night once again. David De Gea, as we know, in good form as well. And that is why I have given David De Gea, I want to give him a 7.5. I don't want him I don't want to give him a 7, and neither do I want him to give him an 8. I want to stick in between. I want to give him a 7.5, and since I can't get that decimal on screen, I'll go with 8. Mind you, the rating is 7.5, and that is why I've given him 8. Let's move on to the next player from David De Gea. We have got to move on to our defense. To start off with Aaron Van Bissaka. I thought Van Bissaka was quite good last night. The thing with Aaron Van Bissaka is he defends on the right. He is a right back. He does not have a consistent partner on that right wing with him to work things out. It has been changing consistently this season, especially under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It has been Mason Greenwood. It has been Marcus Rashford at times. At times it has been Daniel James at the beginning of the season. And then you've got Jaden Sancho. I think as much as Luke Shaw has a good chemistry with Marcus Rashford, I think Aaron Van Bissaka needs to build that chemistry with Jaden Sancho, and Jaden Sancho too needs to play on that right hand side quite regularly in order to build that chemistry, in order to get that mojo going. And I definitely think if that mojo does keep going, if that does start, these two players will definitely improve and would be more of a threat on that right hand side. Apart from that, I really did think that he did have a good game last night. A soft penalty given away, and that is why I've given him a 6 at average game. Not very good, not very bad, but yes, quite average. I thought he pressed quite well defensively. He was okay. He did a few crucial blocks as well, and I still think yes, there's a lot to improve in Aaron Van Bissaka compared to the best right backs currently at the Premier League. Hopefully, with Ralph Rangnick coming in as well, we do see a huge transformation in Aaron Van Bissaka, especially offensively. Let's move on to the next player from Aaron Van Bissaka. We have, who do we have next? No, it's not Cristiano Ronaldo. In fact, we have got Victor Lindelof, Iceman. Victor Lindelof is who we have got. And to be honest, I thought Victor Lindelof and Eric Bailly were superb last night. They were quite good defensively. Victor Lindelof is not that big of a man. He is not very physical. Neither is he quite quick. But as a defender, he does quite a good job for Manchester United. I thought these two really did really well last night. And even if Harry Maguire is back for the next match, I still think these two, Michael Carrick should stick to these two defenders because they've been doing quite good. And Harry Maguire has been in very bad form in the recent past as well. I really don't think Harry Maguire deserves that spot over Victor Lindelof and Eric Bailly considering their performances, and that is why I've given Victor Lindelof a 7. uh, do send in your opinions or ratings, questions, anything Manchester United related on the live chat as well. I'm just another Manchester United fan, just like you are. I guess there is an error. Is everything all right in the stream? Something seems to be going wrong. Hold up, hold up. Oops, what's actually happening? Did not expect this to happen. Is everything on the stream all right? Do send me a yes on the live chat if it is. Yeah, yeah, everything's normal. What's actually happening? Did not expect this to happen. Nothing wrong. It's just with my screen, isn't it? Do send me a yes. I hope everything's all right because I'm checking it on my phone. Is everything on the stream all right? Yeah, it seems to be okay. Let's move on from Victor Lindelof. We move on to the next defender as well. That is Eric Bailey, who I thought once again was quite good, was superb last night. The thing with Eric Bailey is something that is very good in Eric Bailey. He does not make appearances quite often. He is not in the starting 11. He's not picked in the starting 11 quite consistently as well, but whenever he comes on, majority of the time, 70% of the times whenever Eric Bailey is picked in the starting 11, something you do see him is a very good performance, an eye-catching performance. And to be doing that consistently when you are not picked in that starting 11 consistently is quite a huge deal, because if you leave out Harry Maguire, who is the Manchester United captain, out for 5 matches, bring him in for 1 match, you wouldn't get a performance Eric Bailey puts in on that pitch, and that's how good Eric Bailey is, and that is why I still think Eric Bailey deserves a start over Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof, because definitely Varane is a starter when he is fit, and I think Eric Bailey should be the one playing next to him. Two quick centre backs, physically good as well, I think would be a complementing pair for each other as well. That is why I thought he was superb last night. He was good. Still got room to improve, definitely, but a good performance, and that is why I've given him an 8 as well. So do send in your thoughts. Your thoughts, your opinions, everything. You've got Manchester United on the live chat as well. My opinion, your opinion, it all differs. We're all Manchester United fans. I'm just another fan like you. Our opinions differ. Mine differs from yours. So do send in your opinions on the live chat. Let's move on from. I'm sorry there. Eric Bailey to our final defender on the pitch, Alex Telles, who has been quite good in the recent past in that Champions League game, especially with that stunning goal, as you see on this picture as well. A little guilty to trim this picture off as well, because that was a stunning goal, wasn't it, on the volley. To be honest, he hasn't been that good either. Defensively, he is quite, what can I say? Defensively, he still has question marks around him, but I still think he does not look like the Alex Telles we saw in Porto, or we saw in the early stages of his career in Manchester United, especially that match against PSG in the Champions League last year as well. And I think one reason for that is the lack of game time. He doesn't seem to be sharp. Offensively, he is the best left back I think we've got at the moment as well, and he still doesn't look sharp offensively as well. And I think it is because of the lack of game time. Defensively, definitely he needs to improve, and that is why I've given Alex Telles a 6 as well. Do send in your opinions, your thoughts, reactions, in fact, questions, anything you've got Manchester United related on the live chat as well, because it is you that keeps this show running. Moving on from Alex Telles, we have got to move on to our midfield. Oh dear, what have I done here? Let's move on to 8. And yes, I've rated Alex Telles a 6. There you go, just to make things clear as well. Let's move on from Alex Telles to Nemanja Matic. There we go. I was really unhappy to see 3 defensive midfielders play last night. I thought there was no attacking threat. Yes, there was Bruno Fernandez. I thought Bruno Fernandez was not playing in his role. I'll get to that in a short while as well. So to start off with Nemanja Matic, first half, taking the first half, I thought Nemanja Matic was not up to the mark in the first half. He seemed to be an aging Matic in the first first half, but as soon as the second half started, I thought Nemanja Matic went back to the Nemanja Matic we all know. His passing was good. He broke up play quite well, and he was doing quite a good job for a man of his age, to be honest. And yes, second half I thought it was good. A lot of key passes broke up the play well as well, and that is why, considering the majority of the second half performance, I've given Nemanja Matic a 7. Do send in your ratings. If you do agree with me, if you do disagree with me, do send in your ratings on the live chat as well. Before I move on, there we go. Let's just did the live chat. From Nemanja Matic, we move on to our next midfielder, Scott McTominay. The interesting thing with Scott McTominay was that he was awarded the man of the match from Sky Sports, and I really did not see anything sublime, anything special. Scott McTominay did not break play quite well. He was taking way too many touches. His passing was once again not up to the level of Manchester United. You got to pass the ball forward, and with Scott McTominay, what you get is sideways passes. It's more of a cowardly play where you want to play safe and not taking risk. Whereas as a Manchester United player, you've got to take your risk. And the only good thing I did see him is a bit of banter or a bit of spirit on the field, and going out of a few words exchanged between players, showing up that spirit he's got in him. And apart from that, I really did not notice him on that field, except when he did take a few extra touches, and I did uh, get pissed off on him as well, because at one moment there was this one good counter attack, and immediately Scott McTominay gets the ball and he takes one touch, moves to the side, takes another touch, moves to the side again, and then passes the ball back to Victor Lindelof. It's ridiculous to be doing that. It's cowardly to be doing that, playing safe. I'm not quite sure why he is actually playing safe. Is it to save his place, or is it just him? Because under any other coach, I think if we did have a proper Manchester United coach or a manager, he wouldn't survive with that starting 11. Passing the ball sideways and taking way too many touches like that. Hopefully, Ralph Ragnick changes up things. I've rated McTominay considering his performance. I've given him a 5. I'm not quite sure what made Sky Sports give him man of the match. I thought he was quite poor last night as well. He needs to improve on that. He needs to improve on his passing. Got to pass the ball forwards. Takes way too many touches. He has a lot of things to work on. And from Scott McTominay, we do move on to his Valentine partner in Fred. I thought Fred was quite good last night. He has been quite good the past few days as well, the past few matches. I think Fred does have a player in him, and under the right coach, you can get the best out of Fred. He did quite well, except for one moment where he did take a shot and try to chip the ball away toward Mendy, where I felt like, what can I say? If I start saying, I really can't use these words live. But I felt like sending him back to Shakhtar, you could say. Yeah, that's the best I could see live. Uh, Apart from that, I did think he did quite well last night. He broke up play here and there. He still has room for improvement. And I still think he needs to play as a box-to-box midfielder and not as a defensive midfielder. I thought he was quite good last night, and that is why I've given him a 7. And I really think he did press, not think, but he did really press well last night. And what I did say is, I really think he'll be a crucial part in Ralph Ragnick's system, because he is one of the best pressers we've got in that midfield. Matic is too old and he is aging, so definitely he can't press. And Scott McTominay, I really don't know what to say about him, so I shall not comment on McTominay. Moving on from Fred, we've got Bruno Fernandez, who I thought had an off game last night. Was not playing in the position he is comfortable with, was all over the pitch. At one moment, he was at right back. He wanted to clear the ball, and the opposition did get the ball, and we almost conceded a goal. He was all over the pitch. He did press quite well, I really think he needs to play in his position. He was almost a number 9, he was almost a striker. Basically, he was all over that front 4 to 5 players in those positions as well, and not one specific position. I think Bruno Fernandez needs to be given one specific position to play and focus on, rather than pressing from the right wing area, left wing area, from the right back area. He needs to stick onto his position and, get the best out of him instead of wasting his energy. Preserve that energy, reserve that energy, and bring it out in the best way you can, and give us the best output you can give us. Did not have the best of games, and that is why I've given him a 5. Now, how often do you see this? We've been seeing this quite often, to be honest, with Bruno Fernandes, especially at the start of the season. He has not been having the best of games since then, and he needs to uh, accelerate himself and shift another gear higher in order to save his place, because I think Van de Beek too is getting back his mojo and that confidence in him. Moving on from Bruno Fernandes, we've got Jaden Sancho, who I do think was our best attacker last night. A superb goal. He should have passed it for Marcus Rashford, and it's good that he did not pass it to Marcus Rashford, because there were chances that Marcus Rashford would have been offside if Jaden Sancho had passed the ball to him. It was a good finish, a difficult one. Taking on a goalkeeper one on one so close isn't easy, especially when you've got options like Marcus Rashford, who was open. You really don't know what to think. You've got to think quick as well. It was a good decision made, a good goal scored, needed to boost his confidence as well. He was not in his best gear, not the Jaden Sancho we know, but yes, he's getting there, you could say, and a decent game, and that is why I've given him a 6. Moving on from Jaden Sancho, we've got Marcus Rashford. About Marcus Rashford, I really don't see the Marcus Rashford we all know in Marcus Rashford. Since the day he came out of injury, he doesn't seem to be sharp, doesn't seem to be the Marcus Rashford on the ball as well. He seems to be quite lost. The only thing I really see in Marcus Rashford is charging and a lot of running. And apart from that, there is no efficient work rate from him. Is he still suffering from that injury? I'm not quite sure. I doubt. But he's got to work on a lot of things. And last night's game was just not for him. Maybe an Anthony Martial, you never know. And that is why I've given Marcus Rashford a 5. And let's move on to our substitutions now, starting off with the surprise exclusion, you could say, and starting with Cristiano Ronaldo, who has left out of the starting 11. Surprisingly, did come out in the second half, did not really make an impact, did not really have any service either, and once again walking down that tunnel immediately after the last minute whistle. That is why I've given him a 5. Not the best of performances considering Cristiano Ronaldo, a man of his caliber, definitely can do better, and that is why I've given him a 5. We move on from Cristiano Ronaldo to Jesse Lingard. To be honest with Jesse Lingard, I barely noticed this man on the pitch, with all honesty. To give me a minute. Oh my god, what have I done here? Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and there we go. Just a link out on screen for you. Why he did come onto the pitch, I do know. One, because he runs all over the pitch. He has that energy, and I think second was because of his pressing, and definitely needed to be substituted for Marcus Rashford, and not the best of jobs done considering super sub, but yeah, a decent job, and that is why I've given him a 5. Moving on from Jesse Lingard, we've got Donny van de Beek. To be honest, you hardly noticed this guy on the pitch as well. Did not have a lot of playtime on the pitch this time around, and that is why I've given Donny van de Beek a 5. There you go. And my man of the match, do send in your comments on your man of the match on the live chat as well. And for me, my man of the match was David Dahia. Apart from that, I hope that is pretty much it from the player ratings. And moving on with Manchester United do take on Arsenal on Friday at 1:45 a.m. I do hope to see a change in lineup. I really don't want to play three defensive midfielders against an Arsenal side, which really does not seem to be the best at the moment, or does not seem to be at their best. So hopefully, Michael Carrick holds on to one more win under his belt and maintains that 100% record of being unbeaten as Manchester United manager. And immediately after that, it will be Ralph Rangnick era. If you are tuning late to the show, just to let you know, what we did cover up is the match reaction and player ratings, and apart from that, the headlines for tonight is that Ralph Rangnick has been appointed as the Manchester United interim manager officially by Manchester United. He is allowed to bring a few individuals along with him for his coaching staff as well. Michael Carrick, Mike Phelan, and Kieran McKenna, along with Darren Fletcher, are very likely to be in the coaching staff as well and will not be fired. Manchester United do want these few individuals learn on the job along with Ralph himself as well. Yes, Ralph Ragnick will not be available for the Arsenal game due to visa issues at the moment, and he will take on Manchester United. He will take on Crystal Palace as the Manchester United manager in the weekend. That is pretty much it. What we did cover up tonight is the match reaction and player ratings. If you are new here, do give us a subscribe to our channel. Give this video a like, smash a like onto this video, and do share this video as well. And yes, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram page at the United.forum. Do go head out to our description for the link, and do give us a follow there as well for your latest Manchester United news throughout the week. That is pretty much it for tonight, folks. Until I see you on Friday for the pre-match press conference, that is Ralph Rangnick's pre-match press conference. Have a blessed week. It is the start of the week. It is a Monday and a long way to Friday. So do enjoy your week, a busy week for all of us as well. Stay home, stay safe. Omicron, the new variant, is on the verge of entering Sri Lanka as well. So do stay home, stay safe. Have a blessed week and a good night. This is the United Forum. Stay safe.